Hey, good evening. So, this is the second night of my retreat, and I thought we get to unload a bit, say some of the stuff that's been happening, coming up in the past day. So I must have sat for about 6 hours today, which is a lot. And it's been actually more of a challenge than I had expected. It's been more difficult, both physically and in terms of coming into contact with myself, seeing some slightly uncomfortable truths. So, what are these truths? Well, one of them is that I'm not nearly as still as I thought I was. That kind of deep level of meditation, I'm not there. Although, to be fair, in retrospect, the intensity I've reached today, I've reached that much more quickly than I ever have on another retreat. Gone through this phase. Usually I go through this phase when my body starts to realise that it can quieten down. It's a bit of a physical upheaval. There's a lot of yawning, a lot of there's like things unwind in my neck and back. Wow, I'm pretty exhausted now. Intense, like staring at the wall. Another thing I've realised today and yesterday is, fuck man, in my zazen I've been using my back, arching my back all this time along, thinking of the right posture. And this is carried over into my everyday life, and it's really intense. It's more intense than I had thought. Also this, if I just do it now, this pattern I have of arched back, of neck back, straightening up, getting taller. This habit is associated with a tendency to fight, to have frustration, to strive. And when I think about it, I mean, that is really one of my defining features is that like, on the positive side, this sort of passion and aggression and fighting towards, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to fucking grit my teeth and go for it, you know, and do amazing things, you know, be my own person, etc. But on the downside, it's an aggression, really, against the world, telling it it's wrong, somewhat unaccepting, yeah. So I suppose this is just something to notice again and again and again. And somewhat linked to that is I've noticed my tendency to feel out my zazen, to feel out my posture. Sort of somehow like half close my eyes and sort of feel my back and try to make it go up, you know. I'm doing that all the time. I hadn't realised I've been doing it It's funny how these habits and doings, you can so easily trick yourself into thinking you're not doing them. Yeah. So I feel like I've got much more of a hangover from my previous posture perfect days than I had thought. That, yeah. Now I've been trying when walking and sitting. So it's like to not hold myself up, use my back muscles. And funnily enough, when in those moments I do that, it's the tangle that often accompanies my zazen. My zazen often feels like there's something writhing about in my back, which I now realise is just this movement of tension as my back takes the weight, and that can just go. And it's like, it doesn't have to be tough. Zazen does not have to be tough. At the same time, I notice then my tendency to try to do the unravelling of my back, which is to say to sort of deliberately slump. That too is something to notice and let go of. Will gradually become accustomed to this feeling of not doing stuff with my back, but it's not something I can do. I think another thing I want to talk about is the interaction between this and Alexander technique. Firstly, the guys here, man, a bit of Alexander work would do so much good here. People here, they obviously can sit, but as soon as they get up, they lose it completely. Not completely, but a little bit. They turn into these like scurrying around, rushing kind of. It's not helpful. The Alexander stuff can make a huge difference in that respect. And it is for me, in fact. I'm finding myself much more mindful when I'm moving around in general. A general movement feels quite deliberate these days. More purposeful, yeah. So that's helping. Next is what I think of Brad Warner. So, Brad's an interesting guy. I like him. I really like him. He's a good teacher in the sense that he really has he doesn't try to impress at all. He's not pretending to be like a sort of saintly teacher. There's something real about him. He's calm as well. His nervous system is pretty chill. And to me, he's a good example of how you can have a very good practice without necessarily becoming a monk or, being like disciplined in any way. Because this guy is not disciplined at all. He's, he wears punk rock t-shirt and sloppy jeans and rushes around a bit. I don't know. Yeah. See, I do have a suspicion though that he alluded to it as well, that his practice could go much deeper if he led a more monastic life. That was interesting, he said that. So for tomorrow, face myself again. What fun. It's amazing how intense meditation is. It's so good. I'm such an intense kind of person. Yeah, it's amazing how I think it's like actually the clarity and quiet mind you can experience in meditation. I've actually kind of come around thinking that real quiet mind is only really achievable after some kind of storm. Yeah. So you notice the shift in the balance. The storm is your emotions and frustrations and niggles and whatnot. And in terms of emotions, for me, it's all that. I don't know if it's linked with pain, but it's all that kind of physical. I don't know if it's linked. This is just an emotion that just comes from the physical pain. But everything that's I experience is that kind of Bendukas frustration / my only emotion I'm capable of. Apart from, I don't know, what's the other one I've got? I've got a relaxed persona. I've got egotistical, kind of gun-ho, yeah, this is sick persona. That frustrated one, that's the one that's been dominating today. Yeah, spend a little more time with it tomorrow.